let's look at a great new Hammond plugin. Hello and welcome back to Nick Foley UK. Just enough time towards the end of the summer actually to go through a nice little plugin that I had recommended to me. It's a Hammond B-3X plugin that I've got running behind me into Pro Tools. I'll put a little video of the interface up as well. So I've spent a bit of time trying to make it sound a bit more like me. You know what these plugins are like, and with Hammond, really, Hammond's kind of like a living, breathing beast, isn't it? I keep saying this, it's a bit of a cliche, but if Hammond wants to sound one way one day, it will, you know. And plugins, of course, are different, you know, fully modelled, MIDI, electronic, and what have you. There's no DC electrics, there's no motors, there's no oiling it, there's no 91 tone wheels or whatever. So it's never going to sound identical. I've noticed my C3 beneath me here is starting to get a bit overdrivey, so I'm going to have a look at that as well and see what's going on. In fact, today I've not got the overdrive circuit switched on. I've got my ZD1 overdrive circuit. So something somewhere going down the line. It's coming from the C because I've also got a line out, and the line out's a little bit dirtier than I would expect. But actually it's quite nice, so I don't mind. It just means my church organ sounds aren't very churchy, a bit more rock, if anything. So yeah, I digress massively, as is my want. So what I've got here is I've got my Roland A800 Pro MIDI controller just shoved on the top here, and underneath it I've got my C3. I bought the A800 Pro. It's one of the ones I'd recommend. It's a little bit tricky sometimes to get it to program and send exactly how you want it to. I seem to have a mind of its own, but that kind of works with me. But the good thing that it does have is obviously 9 of these faders, which who knew I have mapped over to drawbars. A couple of things you can see, little things I've written on here: chorus, click, Leslie, percussion. And this particular one I gigged a while ago when I was doing a Who tribute evening, when we did the whole of Quadrophenia. So look, it says Real Me there, and 515 there, and Bellboy there. If you know, you know. But today, all it's doing is sending a nice little bit of MIDI, and the drawbars are set, and the rest of it's over there. And I thought I'd just do a quick shoot by what you can expect it to sound like if you like a bit of rock organ. Of course you do. Of course you do. So let's introduce you to the beast, as it were. You'll see it's a bit more drivey than usual. So what I've done here is I've put a little split down here, which I used to do in the olden days when I only had a single manual. Totally recommend it. So down around B, you've got the lower manual is actually here, so it allows me to hold a quieter note like I do on here, kind of thing. Okay, give you a bit of a clue there, didn't I? So let's have a listen to this fella. So, in a nutshell, that's interesting, isn't it? It's not bad at all. I've been using the DB33 that you can get for Pro Tools. It's okay for knocking about, but it's not really what you want. This is probably the best one out there at the moment, to my mind, but I don't know. Let's Let's have a little bit more play, shall we? Here's that split. Hear it? So I can do an octave here of a bottom note. Try and get these drawbars about right. I know. What do you think? What do you think? It's pretty good, isn't it? There's loads and loads of different configurations in the back here. I'm going to show you some. Oh, so we say here. Fingers crossed, everyone. So there's a nice screen. It shows you the organ and all the controls that you'd expect to see on the C, but on the screen. Then there's a mixing screen where you can change your Leslie. You can put in a stationary. You can change the bias. I, for example, don't have too much bass in the mix because I've got a bass player, so I tend to have that down a little bit, and I try to equalize that as best I can. So that's pretty cool. Then there's a post section as well, which is really nice, that emulates some of the really cool external hardware, EQs and reverbs and compressors, which is nice. Maybe it's a little bit processed sounding if you're playing it live. If I'm honest, I'll take those things off if I'm playing it live. But I've only really gigged this once. I couldn't get used to my trousers not flapping, and maybe one solution is stereo monitors or something. Something down the bottom where the sound's coming from the right place, because I'm so used to having a Leslie at the back. Anyway, this is the Nick Foley UK setting. For what it's worth, I'll do another couple of bits and bobs, and then we'll have a little waffle at the end. How's that sound? Okay, if you're like me, that's about all you need just to see what it sounds like. So there it is in a nutshell for you. The little bit of MIDI controlling the B-3X. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, ding the bell, and all those good things, because it means a lot to me. If you don't mind, thank you so much. I shall speak to you later.